President Donald Trump starting the week with another strong push for repealing Obamacare. Today he'll give a statement on health care at the White House. The president tweeted a warning to the GOP last night, saying if Republicans don't repeal and replace the disastrous Obamacare, the repercussions will be far greater than any of them understand. Senate expected to vote this week on a Republican health care bill, but some lawmakers say they still haven't been told yet whether they'll be deciding to replace Obamacare or repeal it alone. President Trump's senior advisor and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is set to testify today in front of a closed meeting of the Senate Intelligence Committee. In a statement released in advance of that meeting, Kushner said he never colluded with any foreign government during the presidential campaign. He's also denying that the Russians finance any of his businesses in the private sector. Kushner says he only had 4 contacts with Russians during the campaign and presidential transition, and that none of them were improper.
WCCO chief political reporter Pat Kessler joins us now. Hi, Pat.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. We're learning a lot about Jared Kushner's testimony, even though the hearing will be behind closed doors. Does anything stand out to you?
Yeah, quite a bit. He does say he did not collude with any foreign government. He explains the meetings with Kylie, the ambassador, that he did not include in his application papers for his security clearance. The 11-page statement also goes into the Don Jr. meeting that he attended, that in which they were going to discuss Russian dirt on Hillary Clinton. He says in that he actually texted one of his assistants that said, "Give me a call so I can get out of here," which is what I do with Jason all the time. So one of the things here is really interesting is that he is trying to be very transparent. He's behind closed doors right now. He said he's willing to go under oath. He said he's also willing to have all of this testimony, the transcripts, made public. So it's an attempt to be as transparent as possible.
President Trump back on the tweets this morning. He was on fire.
I'm all over it. He's still
fire. What about this one? This one, to me, is a remarkable tweet from a sitting president.
Yep.
Why aren't the committees and investigators, and of course our beleaguered AG, looking into crooked Hillary's crimes and Russia relations? I mean, so much to unpack there. The beleaguered AG is his guy.
Yeah, who he continues to push very hard, apparently to get him to resign. Jeff Sessions last week, he said he had no confidence in him, and he's ripping him again this morning. As I see, I have to check every time I'm on the air here to make sure nothing else has come of it. 24 tweets in the last few days on all sorts of subjects. This morning he's talking about sleazy Adam Schiff and the Russia connection, as he's saying. He's talking about health care. He's talking about Obamacare. Now, remember, he's got a new communications director, Anthony Scaramucci, who I thought was refreshing since he took over. But he said he's going to let him tweet, and apparently that's exactly what's happening this morning.
The Senate is expected to vote this week on a Republican health care bill, but some lawmakers, Pat, they still don't know what they're voting on.
Yeah, that's interesting, too. Again, another tweet this morning from Donald Trump about it. He says Republicans have a last chance to do the right thing and repeal and replace after years of talking about it. The president is issuing a warning to these folks, saying you better do it or else. The question is, or else what? He has indicated, and others around him have indicated, he'd campaign against people who don't help him. But nobody knows what's in this bill. It is not public. There have been no hearings. The president has not held town hall meetings or speeches about this. But we do expect a vote either to repeal the whole thing and replace it later, or repeal, and if it fails, they're just going to drop it. So this will be very dramatic as we near the end of the week.
All right, Pat, I may or may not unblock your cell phone number after all of those harassing
Is that what's happened?
So many harassing texts. Very good. Thanks, Pat. We'll see you at 5 and 6.